Okay, so when I went to Target today and I saw the Robert Pattinson Batman action figures and I got really depressed, something that perked me up and cheered me up a bit was that I found this, which is the Sorceress, heroic guardian of Castle Grayskull. So yeah, I was happy to find her because she was one of the two figures from this assortment that I haven't gotten so far. The other one being Buzz Off, and I saw Buzz Off also, but I couldn't quite pull the trigger on him. I'm trying to save a little bit of money if I can, and you know, I was already buying that Catwoman figure that you saw in the video before, and this is the only other thing that I was going to allow myself to buy because I couldn't say no to the Sorceress. Now, I do already have this figure, and at least in the form that it came in when she came with Castle Grayskull. So, this is kind of a double dip for me, sort of. But this is the one that's in the more traditional color scheme. She's in the color scheme that the character wore when she appeared in the animated series. The other one was colored all white, which is how she appeared in the mini comics. So they both have like some sort of canon precedent. That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, so it's not like one of them was like one that they just made up or something. It wasn't some weird goofy coloring of it. It was something that was how she was colored in the mini comics. And this is how she was colored in the Filmation cartoon. And of course, the original vintage toy was colored very similar to this. Although one difference that I can see is that the tiara that she wears underneath the headdress there, that is kind of a metallic orange, like a copper almost sort of color. And in the original figure, it was just flat yellow. I'm sorry, I'm having to mess with my phone for a little bit. It's kind of being stupid right now. So anyway, let's go ahead and open her up. Oh, I'm almost forgetting. We need to look at the artwork on the back because it's really cool artwork. So this is a great picture of the Sorceress. The Horde is attacking the castle down below, and it looks like she's summoning He-Man to come to the castle, and it says, imbued with magical abilities from the pool of power, the wise sorceress watches over Eternia when it needs He-Man for protection. So this picture is actually an homage from one of the earliest mini-comics, which is King of Castle Grayskull. And in that it was Teela seeing a vision of the sword being split in two in the future King of Castle Grayskull. The fact that they redrew Teela to be the Sorceress kind of reminds me of my theory that the Sorceress is actually the Teela that was in the mini comics. So let's go ahead and open this up. We got the mini comic that comes with it, which is the one with Jitsu, Challenge of Jitsu. And if you want to see my video or my talking about that, go and watch the video where I believe Stratos, I believe that's when I opened Stratos, is when I reviewed that comic book. So let's go ahead and take her out. And we have her staff held in there with a rubber band, and it looks like it's taped in that really annoying way. So we're just going to rip the bag open at the top and pull the staff out that way, so I don't have to deal with that tape. This is just a stick. It's really easy to do that with. And now we're going to have to deal with all these annoying things that are holding her in the package. Okay, so it looks like there's no rubber band at the legs, which is good. It looks like the only rubber band is going to be this one here at the torso. Do you think maybe Mattel is listening to me when I complain about these rubber bands? Probably not. I don't get that many views on these videos. I don't do this for the money. I do it for the love. And let's go ahead and get her out of there. Man, that's a tight fit. Oh, yeah, because of the wings. That's why. So the wings are held in here. You can see there's like this kind of bar that's holding that in. So I'm going to actually going to cut through that. So I think that'll make that a little easier. And even still, like, they're kind of embedded in the package. I don't even know how they got them in there like that, because I'm having a devil of a time getting them out. Alright, fine. There! Let's cut through the bubble. I don't care. I'm not keeping it in the package. Okay, so she's out of the package. And there she is. The colors are nice and vibrant on this. Maybe even a little too vibrant. Like, her suit, the blue on it is kind of like this sky blue. And I remember it being kind of almost more like a Superman kind of blue as it was colored on the cartoon. But it still looks good. She's got the bird head dress. And this is based on the version from the original toy. Not based on how it was drawn on the show, because on that one, you might remember it was, the bird beak came all the way over her forehead. And on this one, it just kind of peeks up there at the top. And then she's got this tiara. So, the head sculpt is like very much like the original one, where they gave her this cute doll-like face. It's not like the head sculpt that they used on Teela. And I actually have the goddess here handy, so we can still kind of see that, where they kind of resculpted her a little bit so she looked more like the Filmation version, where she's got kind of like more high cheekbones and things like that. But this one is more like the original figure, and how that original Teela figure was, where she's got kind of like this doll-like face with these soft round cheeks. It's a very pretty face. It kind of reminds me of Frank Frazetta paintings a little bit. And let's see, we can open up her wings all the way like that. And then she's got like the usual Masters of the Universe Origins articulation, where like the arms would go all the way around if the wings didn't get in the way. And they come all the way up like this, and then all the way back down to the side almost. They don't quite go down all the way, but they go down enough. And then, of course, the elbows bend about 90 degrees, and you can rotate them all the way around. Legs come all the way up like this. They bend at the knee about 90 degrees. This will rotate all the way around at the knee. There's a boot cut that rotates all the way around. You got the nifty rocker ankles that'll go every which way. And she can do the splits no problem. So there we go. So that's pretty much the articulation on it. The sculpt is very similar to the original Sorceress, as I recall, which I have. She does have the new and improved knees, which look way better than the old knees. So Mattel is definitely listening to us. And then the wings are kind of like, kind of a flexible but rigid plastic. And this part down at the bottom is more rubbery. Probably so it's easier to have her sit in the throne of Castle Grayskull when you want her to sit in that. So let's go ahead and put the staff in her hand and see how good she looks holding the staff. And she looks fine holding the staff. She didn't really use the staff a whole lot on the cartoon. I don't think she used one at all, come to think of it. But, when they made the action figure, they wanted her to have some kind of accessory, so they gave her this staff. And I think she turned out really cool. I'm really happy with this Sorceress figure. Like, it's the sort of thing where, yeah, maybe I'm double dipping on this character, because I already had the figure that came with Castle Grayskull. But it's worth it to me to have the one that's, more like the cartoon version, because that was the first version of her that most of us saw. And I know I saw her on the cartoon before I saw her in the mini comics, where they gave her the white outfit. And I do really like the white outfit, and I'm glad that I have it. And I think it was a really good idea to have that one be the giveaway that came with the castle, like the freebie figure that you got when you bought the castle, because, not everybody's going to buy the castle. Some people just want the figures. And, I think more people would probably want this version of the Sorceress than they would want the mini comic version of the Sorceress. Personally, I'm a sucker for anything that's of the mini comics, so I'm glad to have both. I think it's worth it to have both. But, you know, if you're only going to have one, this is probably going to be the one you're going to want. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and all the fun YouTube stuff down below. Let me know what you think of the Sorceress, the character in general, or this figure specifically. And, you know, how does she measure up to the Castle Grayskull Sorceress? Which one do you like better? Let me know in the comments. We'll talk to you next time.